Hey, so I'm going to talk to you guys all about where we are with the portfolio, what we're doing with some different products. I thought I'd start with honey because that's where we started as a company. So, we still have our ambrosia, which you guys are all really familiar with, which is doing extraordinarily well. I don't know if you guys even know this, but it's sold at Walmart nationally, and it does extraordinarily well with them. So that's kind of exciting. So it's not just regional anymore, it's broader than that. In addition to that, the honey that we're taking more national, because it's not a local honey, is the organic honey. And we have that in raw and very raw, and in a 22-ounce size and a 10.5-ounce size, which is relatively new, and then our standard honey bear. Our honey business is actually on fire. The category's on fire, and our particular business is doing extremely well. I just got back from a meeting with Whole Foods yesterday, and they are just thrilled with our honey business. They are really, really happy. So that's great. We're pretty excited about that. So after honey, then of course we have agave, and what we've done with our agave is have it be similar in look and feel to the rest of the portfolio. A big thing that we tried to do was to have all of our products look the same on shelf. So have all the Madhava products have a really happy, earthy feel to them. What we learned from consumers was, this is sugar. Let's not apologize for the fact it's sugar. We think these are better sugars and more pure natural sugars, but it's still sugar. So let's have a little fun with it. And it's because sugar is a bright, happy thing for most people. So let's have our labels reflect that. So our agave is the same agave we've always had, except with the case of amber, which I'm hoping we have here, which is now all of our amber product is raw, all of it. We have a amber that's fair trade raw, but we also have just our standard amber that is raw as well. And then we've just put the new labels on the light product as well, and is on the fair trade as well. So our agave, agave has been under attack somewhat, just from a commodity basis and a pricing perspective, and with people concerned about fructose, because they immediately go to high fructose corn syrup. But our business is still, agave is still 49% of our business, so it's an important business to us. Beyond where we started with honey and then agave, the next thing we went into was coconut sugar, which was kind of one of the new sweeteners. And again, this comes from Indonesia. And the thing that's interesting about the coconut sugar, it's minimally processed. It's as close to the source as you could possibly get. It's actually from the coconut blossom, not from the nut. And people love this product. Many chefs call it kind of their little secret ingredient, because it gives this really wonderful caramel raw flavor to any of your baked goods. It's doing extraordinarily well. We are by far, by the way, we are the #1 share of honey, the #1 share of agave, and the #1 share of coconut sugar, right?
Where?
What?
Where?
So we're #1, certainly in the natural channel. We're #1 in grocery and all outlets with agave and coconut sugar. And we're #4 nationally with our honey, which is pretty interesting given that a lot of the honeys, are local. So to be #4 nationally is pretty phenomenal. And we think we're going to continue to grow that with the organic honeys. People look for local honeys, so there's only so much geography, probably beyond Walmart, that we can do with our ambrosia. But we're trying. We're selling it through Amazon. We're now selling it at Walmart, and we're going to continue to try to expand the ambrosia as well as the organic. But so we're a market leader, I think, is the important thing. Coconut sugar, we are the clear market leader in all channels. We then, after coconut sugar, we just introduced what's called Better Baking Blend, which is a mix of organic cane sugar and coconut sugar. And consumers are really finding it pretty interesting, because it's a 1-to-1 equivalent to what they bake with already. And if they don't want all coconut sugar, it's a good alternative for them. So that's just coming online now. Mm-hmm. Then the next thing we did was we started thinking about, well, what are other categories that are either adjacent to these categories or categories that have sugar in them or some sort of sweetener, but they don't have very good sweeteners, and what could we do to make a better product? So the next thing we did then was we came out with our pancake syrup. This is our blueberry, but we have maple and we have I was gonna say, should I move some stuff? Is it getting kind of crowded here? So then we came up with the pancake syrup, which is a mix of agave and true maple syrup. And what's interesting about it is that you've got like the Aunt Jemimas and the log cabins of the world that's pretty inexpensive, and a lot of that has high fructose corn syrup in it. Then you have the pure maple syrups, which are really, really expensive. A lot of consumers can't afford the pure maple syrup. So this is right in between those price points. It's in between the Aunt Jemima and the pure maple syrup. So it's a great price point. Moms love it because it's low glycemic. So their kids are not bouncing off the walls when they've had their wonderful little weekend breakfast, and think it's a great family time, and then have their kids go nuts. So this product is coming online and doing very well. And with that, we did pancake mixes. So the mixes have got ancient grains in them. So they're ancient grains, and then they're made with our sugars, our better sugars and sweeteners. So that has done really, really well. And to then build on that, we did more mixes. So we did brownie mixes, and we did chocolate and yellow cake. And I don't see the cookie, but we also have a cookie mix as well. And so this is in the baking aisle, which is great because the baking aisle almost always is right next to the sweetener aisle, right? So it's not often the same buyer, but it's right next to it. So when consumers are on that aisle, they can see all of these Madhava products that all look the same now. See, they all have the same logos, and they, we look like a real family of products now all across the grocery store, which is really, kind of exciting, really. And I will tell you, consumers and retailers are loving our product look and feel. And I mean, I'm not exaggerating. They love it. As I said, we were just at Whole Foods, and the buyer said, I've never said this before, but I want to tell you guys, what you've done with your packaging is just phenomenal. Our consumers love it, and we love it. So it's really exciting. And so then the last category, I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Oh, in agave, I forgot to mention, we did one of the growth areas for agave, for sweeteners overall, is low-calorie sweeteners. And we weren't able to compete. Agave is 60 calories per teaspoon, similar to what sugar is. So we wanted to do a low calorie, because that's where the growth is. So we did this agave 5, which is with agave, monk fruit, and stevia, and water. And it's only 5 calories, right? Awesome. So that's doing well. And then the last things we did were, I'm running out of room for all the stuff we've done, is our drink mixes. So I, myself, was kind of a die-hard Crystal Light user. I don't know if any of you guys are. It's the powder things that you put in your waters to flavor your waters. Well, Crystal Light's bad stuff. It's got bad sugars, it's got lots of chemicals, it's got lots of dyes. So this is our answer to people who want to flavor their water and would like to have a better choice for that. This is just coming into stores. It's been in Publix down in the South for a while, but the rest of the country was waiting for kind of the season. We're getting into the spring, summer season, which is when these products are really used. It's doing extraordinarily well at Publix, where it's been for a little while, as well as H-E-B. And now it's going to be going into a number of other retailers and outlets across the country. So we're excited about that. So that's our lineup right now. We have a lot of other ideas for the future as well. We've got some new ideas. In fact, we just talked to Whole Foods about in the agave segment. Ooh, okay. So we presented to Whole Foods a couple of new products using cassava, which would be 40% less fructose in our agave segment. We've got some great products in honey, which are honey mix-ups. So we'll do like honey and chocolate, or honey and jam, or honey, and other flavors, maybe even some savory things with our honey. Which we think could be kind of exciting as well. That would kind of be a companion to our whipped products. So we've got a lot of other new ideas down the pike, even things that are chocolate covered, honey flavored but chocolate covered. So some exciting stuff. But for right now, this is what we've got. We're focusing on this. We're only 2 months into our fiscal year, but we've had a great 2 months. And we've got lots of new accounts coming online, so we're eager to see how the year is going to shake out and feel really good about it.